I want you to completely drop trying to get back to balance whenever you feel like you're having a bad day. Don't come up with a strategy. Don't come up with a practice or I'm going to go watch Matt's video. Unless it's for fun or for a distraction or I'm going to watch something else. That's fine. But I want us to drop all strategies, right? Because we're all big manipulators if we're doing that. Whether you're in a social situation, whether you're just trying to work out your finances, the courage to live without strategy is a fearlessness that comes from the heart. I wrote something on the website today. Fearlessness is not a force. If you have to force something, then you're out of balance. Have you ever seen those things that spin on a table and you spin and they go off and off? This is like a bad day or an emotion, the spin. And every time you get in there with your little hands to fix it, to try and get it to stop, you're just giving it more momentum. But if you let it play out and you had the courage to almost laugh at it play out, these little emotions, these little stories, they just drop over and you wonder why you ever thought you had to get in with your little hands. And the only reason you've done this, because this isn't your nature. When you were born, you weren't doing this. You were running around. You've taken it on as your own because your father, your mother, your friends, your country was running around for something. And you started to run around. So it's not brave to have a strategy. It's not courageous. We've grown up in a very militaristic view. Where does all the money going in the government? It goes to the military. We're all strategizing for something. We're fed strategies all day and practices. The energy of different locations will be either of one of surrender or one of control. And in America, there's a lot of control. In England, there's a lot of control. In Europe, there's a lot of control. There's a lot of wisdom. So you've chosen your locations to almost be a permission slip for living from surrender, which isn't the surrender that the military's taught you, or the government, or the stories of what the white flag means. We can throw away surrender altogether, I think, the word anyway. I mean, you look at anything that I speak about. I live in a surrender, but it doesn't feel like a pushover, and none of you are pushovers either. Surrender isn't silence either. So I think we can all start to live as courageously as we already are, but to just trust that more because the doubts is what I can't stand. We can get more and more direct with each other as well because doubts aren't brave either. They're addictive, they're juicy. Everyone loves to doubt themselves, and it's my job not to allow that to be normal. It's not normal. It's really strange doubting yourself. You're an infinite, indestructible being. What's there to doubt? You can't die. You've never been born. You're just playing around with color, light, and sound. You choose what you're affected by. And if you get pulled into that gravity, you can forgive yourself because the gravity can be strong. But there's no excuse for an incessant blaming of your conditions or your lack of skill in something. You don't need to be skilled at anything apart from being yourself. There's no success criteria. Like, there's no profit to be made. You can't bring that through the door of the veil, how much money you make. But you can bring your love of self. I want us to drop all doubt and guilt. Guilt and doubt are a little team that go together and they run around your mind. Maybe you can hear there's someone chopping down a tree. Hopefully it's not too loud. I bring up guilt a few times. I really love the seeing and the insight that people get when they see that there needs to be no guilt for this decision for freedom.